What's up guys, my name is Genius Gamer and today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 tank heroes in Overwatch. Now, this top 5 may be subject to change if there's more tanks or any buffs or nerfs that come to any tanks. Starting off with number 5 is Winston. Winston has 400 health and 100 armor, giving him 500 health in total. I've put Winston at number 5 because he does more as a distracting hero. He isn't like a main hero where you can put him in the front lines, he can soak up a ton of damage and deal a lot of damage or something. But he's more of a distraction hero. He's very good at removability with his jump pack that he has, as well as can somewhat hold down a point if he puts his barrier down, but his barrier can get taken down very easily if a lot of players start shooting it. And even though he has the second highest health, tied with Reinhardt, he still can't take much of a beating. His head hitbox or his critical hitbox is quite large, and he seems to have just a larger hitbox than Reinhardt in general. Even though he does move about with his jump pack, he's very easy to hit, and his shield isn't that great. As well, his damage is good against sort of squishier targets like a Tracer or a Genji, as well as he can keep up with them since they're quite maneuverable. But against any other characters, like 250 health plus, it struggles to take them down. As well, his ultimate doesn't really fit him that much, because since his ultimate allows him to stay alive and knock people off points or whatever, but it also gives the enemy a lot of ult charge. Since he gains 1,000 health, if everyone's shooting him, they're going to gain an ult charge off of him. So even though he's good in situations, if you want to get quickly back onto a point, he's good for that and good for distracting. Now on to the 4th hero in this list, Roadhog. I put Roadhog here because even though he's a great damage dealer, he can deal a ton of damage to squishies and tanks alike, since he's able to put him in with his hook and do a lot of damage to tanks and take out squishies very easy. As you see in this clip, I took out that Tracer in one long range hit. He's good at DPS, but not that good as a tank. He's kind of a better tank than Winston because he's able to heal 300 health with his take a breather ability and a 600 health in total, even though there's no armor, so he has no damage reduction from every input of damage he takes. He's just able to sustain himself more on the battlefield, which is kind of what you want with a tank. So he's not the best tank, as there's tanks ahead on this list, which you already know the name probably, that do a better job at being a tank, but he's still good. He's a kind of a mid-range, like a below average tank, but good DPS. If you can play him right, if you land your hooks right, and you get your shots on target, and you get your headshots, and do like a melee straight after you shoot someone, you will deal a lot of damage. You will kill squishy your targets very easily, and you'll deal a lot of damage to tanks. As well, his whole hog ability is great for pushing people off a point or pushing a point. So he's just average at being a tank, but good at being a DPS. And with that, I'm going to move on to number 3, which is Diva. Diva is good at being a tank, but not that much of a damage. It's kind of the opposite of Roadhog in a way. Diva has 500 health, which 400 of it is armor, so she gets a lot of damage reduction from damage inputs, and has 100 health. Even though she dies quite quickly, it's because of a critical head hitbox. So her head hitbox is quite large. It's literally like the whole front face of a player model. The reason why she's a good tank is because of her defense matrix. Now, post-patch, well actually pre-patch, sorry, her defense matrix was not good at tanking. She was pretty bad at tanking since of her giant head hitbox. But since they buffed the defense matrix, which allows you to turn it off and on and have a meter, instead of being on for this certain amount of seconds, which is 7 seconds, he can now control it on and off, and will basically delete any projectiles. So she's good at pushing and defending objectives, because she can stop basically any incoming fire from like far in the air. She can dodge, basically destroy the missiles, and the ultimate is good for clearing out points, since it's quite a wide area and does a lot of damage. Now on to number 2, Zaria. Zaria, even though has the least amount of health of all the tanks, has 200 health, normal health, and 200 shield health. And shields, basically they can regen after a certain amount of time. So if you like take 300 damage, you only have 100 health left. Once the shield recharges, you're back to 300. It's very useful, and it's only on a couple of heroes. If you like Symmetra and you put it on a thing, it's only a very small amount. But Zaria, she has a lot of survivability, not only with her shields, since she can block a lot of damage with her shields, and she can put it on other teammates. So she's kind of like a mix of a support, since she can help out her teammates by, if someone's getting attacked, put a barrier shield on them, and they'll basically have no damage done to them unless it's a ton of damage. But she's very sustainable, and also can deal a lot of output. She's, you know, not the best tank, but she's probably one of the best DPSs in the game as well. So she's kind of an all-rounder, but very good in both regards. Now, number 1, a lot of people would probably know this, is Reinhardt. Reinhardt is a tank. That's simple. His job is being a tank. He has 500 health, which is 300 of it is health and 200 is armor. And his main draw to him is his shield, which has 2000 health, and will block any damage, it's actually set melee, it's only projectiles, from the direction he's facing. But he's very good at pushing points, like on attack and defend. You're good at pushing through chokeholds on, like, say, Temple of Anubis at the beginning. Also very good at payload maps, since he can sit in front or on top of the payload and block any damage that comes, any projectiles that come from the front direction or whatever. So that's probably the main draw about him, and he can take a lot, and it recharges quite quickly if you have it down. His fire strike was able to hit people at range, and his charge were able to, if you hit someone and hit him with a charge, that you will do 300 damage, which can kill a lot of people and deal a lot of damage to tanks. So Reinhardt is just great for pushing objectives, great for holding objectives, since he can just block any projectiles for quite a while, depending if it's not everyone shooting at him. Has good damage capabilities with his fire strike and charge, and his hammer does also good damage against closer targets. Say, like, if a Genji or a Tracer jumps you and you just wildly swing your hammer, you might kill them. As well, his ultimate is very, very good. His ultimate is great for zoning. It's a cone-like effect in the middle, in the front of Reinhardt, and it will stun anyone that Reinhardt hits. And they will be stunned for a couple seconds, and you can do whatever. You can charge them, you can fire strike them, you can use. They're great for setting up other ultimates. So Reinhardt in general is just a very good character in terms of, it can deal DPS, but not good at, like, say, range, but it's good at close range. But just overall, we're talking about tank, he's just a good tank overall. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.